3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Voyager. If you're lucky enough to have one of these machines, then, you know, we have some information that'll help your life make it a little easier, and our equipment lasts a little longer, right? So there's a couple of things that we need to follow in going over these machines, and very simple, but I'm going to walk you through it, and then we're going to, you know, we're going to show you the whole operation of the machine and every area that needs to be addressed per operator. So if you're operating a Grapple for us, and you do have one of these machines, these are the simple steps you want to follow. Okay? We have grease fittings, so everything that moves has to be greased of some sort. You have grease fittings here. We have grease fittings over here. We have grease fittings over here. Another grease fitting over here. Right? So in this model, there's 6 grease fittings. We also have one hiding under here. And again on the other side, the same thing. So before we go ahead and grease a fitting, we want to make sure that the grease fitting is clean. So either a stick or a nail, which is readily available just by our operation, and make sure your grease fitting is clean of debris like that. Okay? Once it's clean, then we're ready to grease it. Antonio, you get the grease gun? Make sure that your greaser is snapped on, and just a few pumps, and you'll start to see the grease emerge from these fitting areas right here. Right here, it's starting to come out. See, there's a new grease. There you go, that's fine. You got plenty of grease there, and we got grease coming in under here. So as long as we have grease on the inside and the outside, we're good. A couple of pumps is all you need. You need to do that twice a day. Beginning of your shift or end, which will be the beginning for the next day, and again in the afternoon or middle of your shift. The Grapple should be greased minimum of twice a day. Okay? A couple other things to look for is make sure that your cylinder area is clean, no debris, nothing packed in this area. It's very important. If we get debris in here and we compact it with the jaws, we'll wind up ruining the hydraulic hoses. All your hoses are in this area, so it's a crucial area to keep clean at all times. If you see it's got dirt in there or some kind of debris went in there, stop the machine in a safe area, shut it down, and safely remove the debris. Okay? Another thing to keep an eye on is your jaws. This is the cutting edge. You have cutting edge on both sides. All these bolts hold it in place. This one needs to be adjusted. So we're going to adjust the cutting edge after the video to bring it down on the adjustment. And then once we bring it down and that cutting edge wears off, then we can always flip it to get extra life out of the edge. Once it's flipped, we'll order new cutting edges and have them ready for our use. All right? Another thing, make sure that your plates are secured with your bolts. This one we already partially removed for the video, but you should have 4 bolts in each plate. Make sure they're torn down. You got the same amount of grease fittings on this side, which we're gonna go ahead again. You're gonna clean each fitting, clean it with a rag and a stick or a little screwdriver or nail, just to make sure you're not pushing that debris into the fitting, okay? And we just, again, a few pumps of grease, it should start coming out both sides, then you know you're done. Another thing to keep an eye on is your cylinders here, that we're not packing debris inside the cylinder. As you can see, This cylinder here has developed a leak, and that should be written up for maintenance to address. So that should go on your DVIR at the end of your shift, and you know, we get that to the maintenance department, follow through on. Here's one of the panels that are removed. We removed this panel so you can get a better look inside the grapple, and you can see it's clean. Okay, and you have the same thing up here basically. These you should never have to take off. This is for maintenance only. But the main focus here is the grapple itself, right? Keep it clean, keep it greased, and if you see anything that doesn't look right, one of the keepers come loose, or we knocked it off, we gotta make sure that these get replaced. This is a keeper for the pin, keeps the pins from walking out. These have to be in place at all times. All right, and that's on every one of the cylinders, have that. Thank you. We also have a fitting on each side. This needs to be greased once a day. Right? Get this greased once a day. All right? So make sure that, right, that grease fitting should be once a day. They grease this up. They grease a couple other things. So if you have a grease fitting that doesn't want to take grease, we have to replace that fitting. It's not very difficult. We have a 7/16 wrench on the fitting, in reverse, lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Lefty
right?
loosey.
Lefty loosey. Remove the fitting. Fittings out. Make sure the hole is clean. And we take the fitting out of here. This one we're going to clean up. Check it for debris. I'm going to clean the fitting off, make sure it's all free of debris, nothing jammed in it. This one's good, nothing in it. We'll put the fitting back in. And again, it's righty-tighty. Wait until the fitting snugs up. Once it's snug, give it a half a turn. Done. And then we should be good to grease. Okay? Alright, so we lifted the machine, we pulled the grapple all the way closed. This way we can access these a little easier. As you can see, your grease fittings are all right here now. They're eye level, right? They're easy to access. We'll clean them up, we'll get them greased, and then we're gonna open the grapple to show you how to get to these fittings even easier. Want to open it?
And then there.
Yeah, and that's a keeper plate. Okay, so we open it, and now, as you see, once it opens, you can get to this fitting right here. Okay? Yeah, and there's another fitting that we'll clean out. We get that all cleaned out, we'll get that greased up. Make sure your keeper plate is intact on this one. They all have a keeper plate, and it's very important that they stay intact. All right? Do not operate a machine that's missing a keeper plate.
This is a little cart that I use for maintenance. On here I got everything I need pretty much to do my maintenance PMs. I got funnels in case I need to add hydraulic fluid. I usually keep brake clean to clean my grease feedings with some rags. I keep a couple of extra tubes of grease in here. In this toolbox here, I've got all kind of Allen keys, ratchets, some sockets in case I need to change grease fittings. So I've always got little tools with me. Needle nose in case you need to pull something out of one of the grease fittings. I got a little drill. Makes it easier to take the Allen keys out and make sure they're tightened up. You need to do it fast, especially on the hydraulic port, because you got to get those out. So an extension with the Allen key is great, because using a regular Allen key is a little difficult. I got my grease gun on here. I grease, I wipe it down, I put it back on the cart. I always know where it is. At the end of the day, I lock it up.